In rugby union's unforgiving battlefield, one position demands a rare breed of warrior. A player built to break bodies and rewrite defenses. A wrecking ball with the ferocity of a forward and the agility of a back. This is the realm of the centers, the danger zone where collisions are career-defining and sometimes career-ending. Today, we meet 10 of the deadliest to ever wear the jersey. Sonny Bill Williams, the offloading enforcer. Few names carry as much intimidation and respect as Sonny Bill Williams. Standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing over 110 kilograms, he was never just a center. He was a phenomenon. Twice a Rugby World Cup winner with New Zealand, his unpredictability made him terrifying. He could bulldoze through defenders, unleash outrageous offloads. Williams could absorb a brutal hit and still sling a one-handed offload that split open defenses. His stints with the All Blacks, Toulon, and the Chiefs proved one thing. Sonny Bill wasn't just powerful, he was unstoppable. His shoulders, sharpened by years in rugby league, were like blunt weapons that forced entire teams to rethink their tactics. He wasn't simply a center, he was chaos wrapped in muscle. Manu Tuilagi, a human freight train. If Williams was the master of offloads, Manu Tuilagi was the embodiment of raw destruction. Born in Samoa, raised in England, Tuilagi became infamous for his brutal ball carrying. At his prime, 112 kilograms of muscle and speed made him nearly uncontainable. His iconic try against New Zealand in 2012 showcased his devastating style: direct, explosive, and merciless. Coaches and players alike admitted that when Tuilagi was fit, defenses bent around him. Double teams were standard, but even then, stopping him was never guaranteed. Unlike others who shunned contact, Manu welcomed it, and that's what made him terrifying. Sam Tuitupu, the pocket rocket. Smaller in stature but uncompromising in impact, Sam Tuitupu packed dynamite into a compact frame. Just 5 feet 9 inches and around 200 pounds, he turned low center of gravity into a weapon. Nicknamed the pocket rocket, he hit harder than players twice his size. Across the Blues, Worcester, Munster, and Sale Sharks, Tuitupu became a tackling nightmare. He didn't just stop players, he cut them down violently. His Tongan heritage fueled his ferocity, making him a relentless enforcer who thrived on smashing bodies in midfield. Nonu, the total package. If you engineered the perfect center, you'd likely get Nonu. Another 2-time World Cup winner, Nonu grew from a blunt force runner into one of the smartest, most complete midfielders the game has seen. At 6 foot and 108 kilograms, he could bulldoze through lines. But what made him exceptional was vision. His ability to pass, kick, and set up plays elevated him beyond brute force. Whether it was a bone-rattling carry or a perfectly timed offload, Nonu could dominate in multiple dimensions. Jacques Fourie, the South African powerhouse. Jacques Fourie combined size, speed, and defensive sharpness into a complete package. A pivotal part of South Africa's 2007 World Cup triumph, he was as deadly in defense as he was in attack. His 2009 try against the British and Irish Lions stands as proof, breaking tackles and powering over the line at a crucial moment. With 32 test tries and a reputation as a clutch performer, Fourie was a silent assassin who struck when it mattered most. Brian Lima, the chiropractor. Brian Lima's nickname said it all, the chiropractor. The Samoan legend was a missile disguised as a man. Across 5 Rugby World Cups, his tackles weren't just hits, they were punishments. His shot on South Africa's Derek Hoogaard in 2003 remains iconic, a violent reminder of what it meant to cross his path. Lima also had finishing ability, with 31 career tries, but it was his defensive savagery that defined him. Scott Gibbs, the Welsh wrecking ball. Not the biggest in stature, but Scott Gibbs played like a giant. At under 5 feet 10 inches, he crammed raw power into every carry and tackle. His crowning moment came in 1999 against England at Wembley, scoring a legendary try by bulldozing through defenders in the dying minutes. Gibbs wasn't flashy, just brutally effective. To face him was to suffer, and Welsh fans adored him for embodying their grit and pride. Mathieu Bastareaud, the French tank. At his peak, Mathieu Bastareaud was less a center and more a runaway tank. Around 120 kilograms, he needed multiple defenders to bring him down. But what set him apart was his surprising agility and deft handling. With Toulon and France, he terrorized defenses with power carries, but also created space for teammates with quick passes and clever footwork. Once Bastareaud got momentum, stopping him was a near-impossible task. Danie Gerber, South Africa's bulldozer. Before rugby's modern age of gym-built giants, there was Danie Gerber. In the 1980s, he stood out as a physical anomaly, faster, stronger, and more destructive than nearly anyone else. International caps were limited due to politics, but those who faced him never forgot. With an uncanny mix of pace and strength, he was the blueprint for the powerhouse centers that followed. On his best day, Gerber was untouchable, a prototype ahead of his time. So what made these centers so feared? Was it brute force? The skill to turn chaos into opportunity? Or the way they reduced elite defenders to rubble? One truth remains. Rugby's midfield has been home to some of the most destructive athletes the sport has ever seen. These men didn't just play center, they redefined it. The real question is, who comes next? Perhaps we've already seen him. Perhaps he's yet to arrive. Rugby's danger zone is waiting.